Teen.
Yep. Okay, I've got audio on, so let's have a look at this, and I'll probably break it down as I'm going along, see what thoughts are, blah, blah, blah. Turn off captions.
Peggy 18.
This looks like a live action trailer. Yeah, it looks like this is live action, this part.
When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck.
Hey, if Warhorse don't do good, gaming doesn't work out for Warhorse, they can always go into TV production now.
Henry, our hero Henry.
It's been a while, but now we can finally show you Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
It's crazy how much he looks like. Assume they based the actor off him. So it's definitely set in like the medieval times again. I guess still set in the same time period roughly.
I always dreamt of leaving this place. Becoming more than a peasant.
Is it just gonna be the same story as the first one?
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
Or is it gonna be a sequel?
Congratulations, Sir Knight. You finally become a man.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
Good copy.
O merciful God, be kind and protect us so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Okay, so I assume that's the actual trailer, but then they talk about it afterwards.
Hello and welcome.
Yeah, so I go back and have a quick look at the combat. Where is it? Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
So if you played the first one, you've got the combat's directional, I would say, in the sense with the analog stick. You use the analog stick to like aim where you want to hit. It looks like they've went for the very same combat system again with us. You see, like he's kind of picking directions and stuff. It looks good. I'm just kind of curious that because it looks like it takes the same sort of start and story.
Anything on a platter.
Like it's got him in the village and that sort of stuff at the start.
Like you and me.
I'm wondering whether or not it'll just be like the continuation of that story. I'm trying to remember what the first character was in Henry. It looks very similar to the character from the first one. That's why I'm wondering whether or not it's just going to be a direct sequel. Who knows, maybe we'll
O
talk about it.
merciful God, be kind
That looks
and
interesting.
protect us, so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Let's see what they say for the rest of it.
Hello,
I'll probably
and
pick it up
welcome. My
when it
name's
comes
Tom
out.
McKay, and together with Luke Dale, we're here to present the first in-depth look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, an action RPG set in a realistic world of the late Middle Ages.
We're in Kuttenberg, a gorgeous city at the heart of Europe, but also at the heart of KCD2. So let's take you into the world of the game with the help of Warhorse, the creators of this medieval saga.
It's almost exactly 10 years since I was doing a video like this, introducing our new game. It's almost exactly 6 years since this game called
I
Kingdom
think
Come
Warhorse
Deliverance was
is
finally
Warhorse, like a
released.
Polish studio.
So now it's perfect opportunity to show you what we have been working on those 6
Polish or
years,
Czech
which
studio
is
probably.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And where else to do it than in this magnificent cathedral in this royal city of Kuttenberg, where majority of this game takes place. Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us in a small office. Now it's 250 people working very hard for years to bring you the ultimate medieval RPG adventure.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 follows the adventures of Henry, a young
So they've definitely based Henry's character off the actor. Like they look very similar.
lad who barely survives the invasion of a raiding force on his village. Henry embarks on a quest of revenge against those who butchered his family and burned his home to the ground.
As a trusted squire and friend to young
It does seem like very similar. There's a pop-up theme. I'll look at it, see what Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 was. I'm pretty sure that's like the exact same intro to the very first one was. You're a village farm boy, in a sense, and I remember you get conscript. I'm trying. It's been so long since I last played it, but you get conscripted. Sure. Or you end up going out, trying to set out on your own, and then you come back and your village is burned, attacked, and or your village gets attacked, and then you end up going off and doing your own sort of thing. But I kind of get revenge, I think. Yeah, okay, so pretty much, yeah. The story of the first one is you're Henry, the son of a blacksmith, thrust into a civil raging war. A civil war as you watch helplessly as your village is destroyed, you narrowly escape, grab your sword and fight back, avenge the death of your parents. So it looks like it's following the same
young
story.
Sir Hans, our hero Henry is sent on a simple mission, but things turn ugly very soon.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a continuation of Henry's previous adventures, but the story's written in such a way that it's perfect for newcomers to Henry's journey.
Henry
Okay,
is
so
a
they're just
character that I
enhanced
think
that,
everybody can identify with because he starts off as a kind of nobody and goes through life with all these immense challenges. And I feel like everybody can relate to that.
Hans is all the kind of fun times and all the kind of ebullience and joy that Henry has in himself, but it takes a bit of accessing, and I think Hans really helps him to do that.
You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on.
What we
Yeah,
are
it does,
making
it looks
now
quite fun.
is-
I must admit, graphically, it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of
Really
wondering what
helps him to
engine
do
they're
that.
using for it. Like, it does actually look pretty good. And it's like a realistic, in a sense, like a realistic sort of cartoonish not cartoony, but a realistic but not realistic style of art, which is actually quite nice. It's kind of roughly the same art style I think the first one had, whereas it is kind of like a realistic in a sense, but it's not hyper realistic. Like some kind of games go for like, especially some Asian games tend to go more like kind of hyper realistic in a sense. Whereas this has kind
Right
of got
about
a
our
more of a,
stench.
you can still tell it's like a video game and that sort of stuff. The detail in that's pretty good. Like the hair looks, I would say the Henry's hair looks better than this is Sirhan's, isn't it? Sirhan's. Henry's hair looks definitely better than Sirhan's. The detailing on the elbows and that sort of stuff here, that's actually pretty cool. And just all aspects of skin. But I imagine they probably would like done some sort of body scan and then kind of try to import the model from his like actual body and then probably touched up and that sort of stuff. Then
Let's hope
the
this water
foliage
isn't
and all
too
that sort of
cold.
stuff.
You wouldn't
Pretty
want
good.
your pride and
But it's
joy
also got like a
shrinking.
depth of field on it, so
I'm
Bit
more worried
over.
about it being too deep.
it looks pretty good.
Come on.
What we are making now is what it was supposed to be in the beginning, but we were not able to do it because we didn't have enough resources and experience and all that stuff. We've proven that the concept works, and now
So this is kind of like Dragon's Dogma in a sense. So you had Dragon's Dogma, which came out and Dragon's Dogma came out like 2014, 2015, roughly that time period, I think. Maybe before. But anyway, so Capcom released that. They weren't sure if it was going to do well. It done really well. And then so they ended up going back and doing Dragon Dogma 2 because that was something that kind of came out in the interviews for that. Was I'm pretty sure it was a director or the producer came out and said like this is a game we would have made if we had the budget back for Dragon's Dogma. But the technology and the budget now lets them do what they did with Dragon's Dogma 2 was a pretty good game. Microtransactions aside, it's a pretty good game. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is kind of like that in a sense. Like they made Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 done really well, really successful, given the budget and then bigger budget plus more technology, that sort of stuff. They can now the bigger team and all that kind of stuff. They can now make Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It'll be probably the same sort of gameplay loops, that sort of stuff. Kind of like very similar, but it'll probably be some tweaks and that sort of stuff, adjustments, that sort of stuff like quality of life. And then it'll probably be a bigger, more expanded world, I assume.
how we can
It'll be
take
kinda
it
cool.
to another level, which we always wanted. The game is much bigger in scope. Original game we had, I don't know, 3 hours of cutscenes. Now we have more than 5. Regarding the size of the world, it's 2 times bigger than it was. The story is longer and much more epic. So previously it was about an issues of small nobility with bandits in their villages. Now it's about problems of kings.
This is a behemoth of a game in comparison to the first, in my opinion. I think it's got so much more energy and pace and adventure and action and fun and trial and tribulation and just everything that you could want from setting up the characters so beautifully in the first game and then throwing them out there and going, right, let's see what you're made of. This is going to be so much fun.
Henry is a young guy, so he's not really like so deeply entrenched in his already, set character traits. So you can build your Henry in a different ways.
And that all means that it's actually on you who you want to be. You can save the world, or you can help to punish it for its sins. The combat is also historically accurate, but we don't want to do that for the historical reasons of something. We want to do that for the immersion, and we want you to feel the sword in your hand. We want you to feel threatened by the enemies on the battlefield. We want you to fight for your life.
As far as missile weapons go, we added new type of weapon. We added crossbows. Also, some early firearms.
Kingdom Come feels like
Almost just a
the
rocket to the
good
face.
old school RPGs. It will always surprise you what you can and cannot do.
You know, you can be better in combat, you can be a sweet talking guy who talks his way out of problems, you can be a charming knight, you can be a thief, you know, a scoundrel. Anything you do will be recorded, people will remember it. If they saw you do that, our crime system will react to that.
For example, when you are, I don't know, drunk and naked, people comment on that on the street, and now you can also reply. You can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, or you can tell them, piss off, man.
If you do a lot of criminal stuff around the village, people will start to be suspicious, they will greet you differently. So try to make these little things collapse into like greater mosaic where your actions are really reflected.
It will always surprise you what can be done in Kingdom Come.
That sounds quite fun. I remember like when, because I did recently kind of try to jump back into it, the like skills, like you, pretty sure it was like in the old school, like Oblivion style, like the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where you had like actual like had stat points and that stuff. And then you got a different perk depending on how many stat points you had per them. And it wasn't like your typical perks as well. I'm pretty sure they were kind of a bit strange, different, and that sort of
We
stuff.
are moving to different places, so one map is taking place on the actual place that's called Bohemian Paradise. And it's really beautiful nature with quite unusual rocky formations all around. And then we are moving to totally different, rather urban countryside surrounding huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, you are really getting in one of the richest cities in the medieval Europe.
And it's really big. It's even too big, in my opinion.
We are trying to go beyond that usual in the game.
Surrounding huge silver mining, very rich, totally different, rather urban countryside. Surrounding
Looks very nice
huge
art.
silver mining, very rich city. So there's
That's
this
actually
big city.
The Gutenberg is
huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big.
I was like, that tree's moving. I'm just wondering, is
City.
that in world?
Huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge
Very nice.
step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, you are really getting in one of the richest cities in the medieval Europe.
And it's really big. It's even too big, in my opinion.
We are trying to go beyond that usual muddy, dirty, medieval world, dark ages where everyone is dying from famine and war.
It was really like colorful, like it wasn't dark at all. We have really beautiful environments, like players should go and explore all those like little woods and beautiful rocks and castles.
Well, it does.
The thing that I love about the game most is just wandering around, because the nature is really beautiful. It's really serene, peaceful, and it's full of secrets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even the first one was a game where people like did end up putting a bunch of mods into it, and literally just ended up.
The music is
spent like a lot of time in playing
big part of the game. Jan Walta is the composer as with the first game because I think he's awesome, he's a genius.
know they probably didn't, but it would be actually so cool if they recorded the full entire soundtrack all in a church. That would just be like a nice little cool tidbit or something for it. Would you just give us a little bit? Just because
You'll be blown away.
In this game, you can experience something you cannot experience anywhere else.
I think players will be really impressed by that.
My message to the fans would be you are in for a ride.
Thank you for all your support. Please follow us on our journey to create something unique. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be released by the end of this year.
Oh wow.
See you in KCD2.
So the end of the year. So I'm kind of, yeah. I'm curious wonder what people will think. What end of the year will be. My guess will be. It just says end of the year, so I'm gonna say. Thank you. When did Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 release? That released in. I'm trying to think. What month's it just now? The 4th. April. There's quite a lot of gameplay that's been shown, so I think October. Well, I say October.